Don't forget to keep it shady with this new design available down in the description now. What's going on, Shady People? ShadyPenguinn, you back for another live Pokemon Wi-Fi battle today against a shady person, Sega, whose Twitter link is in the description. Or if you want a chance to be featured in one of these battles, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. My link is down there, and I will be asking for them frequently. So we are continuing our, hopefully that is going to be our rampage with this team. We have our Parasite team here for the last time on the channel with Scyther, Miki, Lesser P, Grady, Inuyasha, and Widow. So we are we're raring to go for sure. I would love to get a third win with this team. It's been proving to do really, really well, and we're not going to let Sega wait any longer. Let's jump right into this. I was actually battling against someone else before this, and it was going my way pretty well, but it was still a long ways off. Unfortunately, there was a DC, but it is what it is. Let me go ahead and take a picture. My opponent has a Beedrill, Fortress, Jellicent, Lucario, Rotom Heat, and Hydreigon. So really, really nice team. We don't really have much for the Fortress outside of the Arcanine, so my opponent might lead with the Jellicent, predicting that. What I'm gonna do is, you know what, gosh darn it, we're leading Arcanine. I feel like that Fortress just wants to come through. The Fortress wants to come through and set up some hazards right away, seeing that my only possible defogger is Empoleon. I could also see my opponent leading with a Rotom Heat if he's Scarfed. With Scarfed Rotom Heat isn't something I see too often in UU anymore. Or maybe there never was. I really don't know. I really don't know. At this moment, this is the 7th video of the day that I've recorded. I am a little bit crazy, and I apologize for that. These days are just going to get busier and busier for sure as the year comes to an end. December only has a few days left in it. And by a few, I mean 2 weeks, but it's going to go so fast. Christmas is next week. I mean, when you guys are watching this, Christmas might be this week. Now that I'm thinking about it, Christmas is this week when you guys are watching this. Holy crapola. That's nuts. That's out of control. Oh, my head keeps hurting. I gotta grab a cup of coffee after this, and then I gotta edit for an hour or two. And then I shall go and dine with the Shady Lady. So Steve, the gosh darn little Rotom opens up, which is really nice for my opponent. He can get a pretty free Volt Switch off. I think that Arcanine naturally outspeeds, so I'm kind of upset about that. I definitely am upset about that. At the very least, we can get information from him, so I'm just gonna go for an Extreme Speed. Because there's nothing I want to switch in. I'm not gonna switch in Grady and hope he doesn't Willow, because if he Willows, if he's that real and he Willows, I would be in so much trouble. So opening up a Rotom, he does go for the Volt Switch here. Unfortunately, we don't get information because we went for that Extreme Speed, so we could have kind of scattered if he was Scarfed, but I'm okay with not doing it. Now I think my opponent just has to go into Jellicent, like immediately, almost immediately. We don't have much for a Jellicent. He's gonna go out into Pringles. I really don't have much. Water types really do dirty to this team. It really does. It's sad. It is sad. I need my Arcanine for that Fortress. So I'd be better off going out into my, Miki. Even if he wants to go for a Will-O-Wisp, that's fine. We're gonna go on into Miki, the Hydreigon. Let's go right out into him. Just no questions asked. But considering how fast my opponent played, I'm pretty sure he went for the Scald, not the Willow. But he could still get a burn, so who knows? There's the Scald. Ain't that a pretty thing? And he is going to not get the burn, which is great for us. He doesn't have much that wants to take a Dark Pulse. Lucario kind of wants to take it. I'm just gonna U-turn. I'm gonna U-turn. He's not gonna stay in. I don't think he's gonna, because Pringles would take a lot from a Dark Pulse. I mean, and then he might flinch. So if his plan is to scout and to go for a recover, he could flinch, and that would ruin everything. So you gotta account for those lucky moments. He's gonna go out into his Fortress here. Great play, because I'm not gonna do enough to break the sturdy here. I'm just not. Now I could go out into my Scyther and start setting up, but he still has that gosh darn, man, Brox would be so nice on this team. I could also set up the webs, which would be pretty useful. It would slow down the Beedrill, slow down the Lucario, but he could rapid spin them away. Let's go into Inuyasha. Let's just go right into Inuyasha and go for a flamethrower. Even if he wants to go out into his Rotom Heat, it's fine, because we're gonna get lefties recovery, double lefties even. So we'll get them now and we'll get them later, kind of like the candy, now and later. We don't see any leftovers. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. No leftovers and no Rocky Helmet. He's got to switch it out and go on into Jellicent, or he goes back out into Steve the Rotom, which is a great play. Because there's no chance of burn. We'll see how much his flamethrower does. It does just as much as E-Speed. So that kind of tells me that he's physically defensive. And I'm just going to go for another flamethrower here. I don't see a better option. Now we see the leftover, so we know. If I get my Grady in here, say he goes for the electric type move, and we get Grady in here. I can't do anything to that Fortress, unfortunately. We don't have Fire Punch. And I think he realizes how important this Arcanine is, so I think he is going to go for a Volt Switch. I'm going to go out into Grady. We're going to at least force plays. Let's go out into Grady here. Go out into Grady. Show me the Volt Switch. Show me the Thunderbolt. Oh, he withdraws Steve. Oh, we just got played. Goes out into Hail Hydra. And will he want to risk? What does Grady do for me against his team? Like, honestly. I mean, I don't want to just sack him on, obviously. But, I mean, with the webs up, Grady does a lot of work. But I don't really have a switch in. I mean, Empoleon is my switch in. I'm going to go into Empoleon. We're not going to be silly. 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 We see we switch out first, which means he's probably going for the U-turn. If he goes for Draco Meteor, that'd be great. Because Lesser P could take it. Goes for the Dark Pulse, which is neutral damage and stab, so it's going to do a good amount. Brings you down to 137, but we got leftovers, and he's not going to want to risk. He's not. I kind of hope he's choiced. He's not gonna want to risk an Ice Beam. He's going to go out into Jellicent. So let's make a play. Let's play off the fact that he's going to go into Jellicent. Let's go out into Widow. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make a read. Let's read a book. He does withdraw Hail Hydra. Gonna go out into the Jellicent as we go out into our gosh darn. Oh, it actually goes out into Fortress. That is a really good play. That is a really good play. I am going to Volt Switch here. This kind of stinks. Why would he go into Fortress against my Empoleon? Scald would have done a good amount of damage, man. It's so weird. I mean, I'm gonna go out into Empoleon now because I think he's gonna go for hazards as we can defog them. We get leftovers again. Getting that little bit of leftovers is really important. It really helps out. I guess maybe his Jellicent can't touch my Empoleon too much. Maybe it has Toxic for cover, Scald, Ice Beam. So he's not even gonna bother, but I literally cannot touch that thing at all. So I kind of want to Scald. I think I am gonna Scald. I'm not gonna defog just yet. If he wants to switch into Pringles, that's fine, then I'll defog. I just don't want to defog while this Fortress is on the field. I really don't. So let's just go for the Scald now. He's gonna withdraw though, and I guess he's gonna go out into his Empoleon. There's nothing else he would go out into. He goes out into the Hail Hydra. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. So he's definitely choiced, but he must have something for me. Is this gonna be another Earth Power Hydra? Oh, I'm kind of feeling Earth Power Hydra. Well, I know he's not gonna go for a Draco Meteor, so I can go out into my own Hydra. He's not gonna Draco Meteor a Penguin. I have Steel. Why would he do that? He's gonna Earth Power me. He's gonna Earth Power me. And that, is it really gonna be the second one we see? I feel like it is. Earth Power, there we go with the read. Great, he's locked into it, so we could just go for a free, safe U-turn. Free and safe and U-turn. Goes for the Earth Power again. He outspeeds me, so right now he doesn't know that I'm Choice Scarf, which is awesome because he won the speed tie. That's gonna do a lot of damage. We have a Scyther that can come in. I don't exactly want to set up with Scyther, but I'm gonna go on to this. Oh no, the rocks! Oh, I totally forgot. That was so stupid. Arcanine, you were supposed to come in. Arcanine, you were supposed to come in. That was so stupid. Man, with how valuable this thing is to against my opponent's team too, I'm just gonna knock off, because Rotom Heat's gonna come in. Darn it, that was so stupid. Oh man. Oh, he actually goes out into this thing. I mean, we got rid of the cuss that, which is awesome. I'm just going to go for an aerial ace at this point. Aerial ace should take him out. Maybe not. I'm not set up at all. I'm overestimating Parasite. I played that so poorly. This is when you know it's our 7th or 8th video. We're done for the day after this. No more. No more. We live. Could SD. I mean, he's got an extreme speed in Lucario that can come in. He's got Hydreigon. Hopefully he goes back into Hydreigon. That'd be awesome. Get a little quick attack damage off. Whew! That was so foolish. I could have just gone out into my Arcanine, then back down into Hydreigon, which would have been the best play. Because he definitely would want to Earth Power, and then we have a 100% free U-turn. 100% free. Cuss Tap right there though was awesome. Cuss Tap would have been cool. Cuss Tap Explosion is always nice with Sturdy. Oh wait, the Sturdy was broken, but it could have happened. It could have happened. Oh man, what are you going to do? I don't understand. I mean, if your Lucario has extreme speed, you just go out into that. You just go right into that. I have to 100% go for Aerial Ace in case you set up a Swords Dance. You could, this stinks. This Scyther, this was the team to go in on, sort of. I mean, he's still got a Rotom Heat. Rotom Heat just walls this thing for days. What's my answer to Rotom Heat? Don't really have one on this team. It used, well, Nidoking, a little bit. Nidoking is a little bit. But not super effective damage, so I wouldn't call it that. It used to be, you need a rock type. You need a mold breaker Pokemon. So I mean, Haxorus would work really well, but then you don't want Scyther and Haxorus, 2 physical setup mons. But I have Nidoking right now, which is not a setup mon, but it's a physical mon. Man, I'm so mad at how I played. Goes out into the Lucario. So I have to go for the Aerial Ace. I can't switch him out. Can't do anything else. Hashtag Dreadful is here. We do outspeed, so he was setting up a Swords Dance. This is gonna do a huge amount of damage. Okay, that's not as much as I want. Oh boy, that's not good. 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 I think we lost. I think we lost. I think we lost. I think we lost. We're gonna Aerial Ace again. I could have knockoffed, but that would be stupid because I need to be at +3. There's no reason for me to quick attack because if he has extreme speed, it outspeeds me every single time. We are faster than this Lucario. So if he doesn't have extreme speed, we are golden. We are golden. He has extreme speed, so we're not golden. We're not golden. That whole switch in Debago is going to cost us the game. Just a really, really bad play. But it's okay. It's gonna happen after you play for so long. So we no longer have. Rocks are still up, so we don't have our Focus Sash. E-Speed will take us out. Grady is slower than Parasite and slower than Lucario, I believe. I think I gotta hope that Draco Meteor can knock you out and that I don't go down to a, yeah. I gotta hope that I have to hope that an E-Speed doesn't take me out, which it might not. I mean, it's a +2 Lucario with Life Orb, so it might, but it might not. We're just gonna drop a Draco. It's all I can really do at this point. That one play, just stupidly forgetting about rocks. He's gonna go for the E-Speed. It shouldn't knock me out. Like, I'm a pseudo. But you're a Lucario at +2. What am I saying? Oh, I could have sacked off my Arcanine first. Gotten the Intimidate and 100% lived. All right, I think we just lost. At that point, we've lost all of our setup mons. We're about to lose our Fire type mon against a team with Beedrill. So I wish I had just sacked off my Arcanine, then gone out into my Hydreigon. I would have lived the E-Speed, gone for a Draco, knocked him out, still had a Choice Scarf Pokemon, and potentially a slight chance at winning this game. Because Dark Pulse could have just swept his team after this mon goes down. Hydreigon is already really low. I just E-Speed. I just E-Speed and hope. I mean, his E-Speed outspeeds me, 100%. But we can E-Speed, get a little chip damage. He might even predict that and just go into Jellicent and preserve this thing. But there's almost no reason not to. There's almost no reason not to. Nothing on my team can outspeed this. Really unfortunate turn of events when I switched in that Scyther. What a way to end this session. What a drag, man. I'm limiting myself to 6 videos a day from now on when it comes to recording. Because that was just a really bad faux pas, just forgetting about stealth box. Arcanine was the obvious switch in. Go back out into our Hydreigon, then we can U-turn. Would have been great. Would have been great. Goes for the E-speed on his side. We should live this. We're defensive, which stinks because, well, actually it doesn't really stink because we can see that we're gonna get our leftovers recovery. We are gonna take more damage than necessary, but it's fine. Actually, that is a drag. We very easily could have just flamethrowered because now I don't think my E-speed takes him out. And he knows that, so he can close combat. No, he's gonna E-speed. Okay, so we live this again. That's fine. We could have Morning Signed. Yep, this was a sloppy battle. Sloppy, shady. Sloppy, shady. Sloppy, shady. Here's the Hydra. As much as I want this Inuyasha, it's not gonna matter. Let's go ahead and E-speed. Let's crit him and kill him somehow. Nope, that's not gonna happen. I was gonna say if you went for anything else. So I don't think Sucker Punch will take you out. And I feel like this thing sweeps almost. What do you have left? I'm trying to think if we can pull this back somehow. He's got a Rotom. Folks want to pop off. I think Lesser P can live one of these. I'm just trying to question if I just want to get my Sticky Web up. To slow down that Beedrill. Because I think that Widow can live in Earth Power as well. It's neutral, not stab. But I go down to 75%. We're gonna try it. It's really our only hope to win the entire game. I could go into Empoleon and live. But it's not gonna help. I'm just gonna Sticky Web now. He's gonna Earth Power again. It's neutral. It's neutral. I'm a spider. I like the ground. It's neutral. It is neutral. Come on, Grady. Grady's got to carry the team on his back. Grady's got to carry the team on his back after my shenanigans. I wonder if he'll actually like switch out being scared. Would you really? There's no reason. Don't overthink this, man. You're doing great. This is a longtime Shady fan, Sega is. So I'd like to lose to longtime Shady fans. Shows that they can play better than me, which is great. He's from Canada. He's gonna withdraw. Wow, he's going out into the B draw right now. Goes out into Steve. We've seen Steve, it's the Rotom. Interesting. Interesting. So rocks are still up. We didn't defog. We outspeed this thing, so we could Volt Switch. Predict Overheat going into Empoleon. I mean, I guess. It's just Volt Switch. Empoleon's more valuable though. I should have just stayed in, man. Empoleon's so much more valuable because it can actually take on Hydreigon from full HP. After this Overheat, I'm not going to be able to. Like, it's neutral, so it's going to do a lot. I mean, especially defensive, but it still does too much. Now, I could... I mean, he can't really let Jellicent isn't really a switch in right now. We just have to Scald. I mean, I have Ice Beam as well. Nah, just Scald. Just Scald. Because if he goes down into Hydreigon, we could potentially burn. Goes down to the Pringles. Okay. Goes down to the Pringles. Which is fine, because he's at full HP anyway. Freezing this thing won't do anything. I can't exactly switch in my Widow. I would have had to make a read and actually switch in my Widow there. That's what I should have done. Yeah, that would have been the best play. Hindsight is 2020. Will Scald from a Pringles take Widow out? After rocks, yes. Oh yes, after rocks. Man, I wish I didn't set up that web. I'm an Ice Beam. I'm just at a loss. I don't know what else to do. I think we just lost this game by our really bad plays. He's gonna Scald. See how much this does. Does nothing, does 16. See, that's the beauty of Jellicent's Water Absorb, is that you can't be burned by Scald. That's where the true beauty comes. So I think I'm just gonna go out into my Galvantula and sack it off. There's no reason for me to let Lesser P sit here and take chip damage. I'm just gonna go out into Galvantula and sack it off. I don't think I can live a Scald after rocks. There's just no way. There's just no way! If I do live a Scald, that'd be nice if I don't get burned. But I feel like I also deserve to be burned. MLG! MLG! I mean, Scald always burns, so it's fine. That's gonna be the end of Widow. Had I just made the read, you know, if you were just a better player, Shady, you would have known he was switching out into Jellicent, switched out into your Galvantula, and then gone for the move. Well, here's my only chance. I need to crit Sucker Punch the Hydreigon. I need to crit Poison Jab this thing. Poison Jab is stronger than Earthquake because it gets the sheer force boost. So, Sucker Punch though, how much does Sucker Punch do? Well, Poison Jab is stab goes to 120, sheer force goes to like 150, Sucker Punch goes to 160 with Life Orb. Jellicent. Sucker Punch. I don't normally do this, but I'm very interested at this point. Sucker Punch does not knock you out, so I might as well go Poison Jab, which does 37%. So if I live the Scald and you don't burn me, I can Sucker Punch you, and then we just win easily. I mean, come on. I mean, we're gonna go down to Life Orb Recoil, but I just win. So Poison Jab crit, will that do it? No, Sucker Punch crit will do it. Sucker Punch crit is more likely. I guess we should Sucker Punch crit. Yeah, we're just gonna crit you with Sucker Punch. We're just gonna crit you with Sucker Punch. It's that easy, watch, watch. Nope, I didn't crit you with Sucker Punch. Shoot, man, I wanted the crit with Sucker Punch. Looks like it would have knocked him out too, which is crazy. We live on 18 and no burn. So with no burn, with no burn, do we have a chance? Earthquake, I take Life Orb. Poison Jab, I don't take Life Orb. Poison Jab does so much less though. Why? Oh, because it's resisted. That's right. I'm so glad I didn't do that. So I have to Sucker Punch or EQ. I guess EQ is the best play. But we're gonna go down in 2 turns anyway, so we can't win, unfortunately. Because we need Grady to one-shot Mega Beedrill. I guess EQ is our best play. Poison Jab says it knocks him out though. Poison Jab says 31 to 38. We have to go for it. We have to go for it. We have to go for this. We do. No! That was our only chance of winning. And here's the reason why. I'd have to Sucker Punch the Hydreigon, which I don't even remember how much it's at, but Sucker Punch only does 20% at most. So I didn't want to take any more Life Orb Recoil. I'd take Life Orb Recoil from that. Then I wanted to Poison Jab the Rotom Heat, which I don't know how much health it was at. I guarantee it wouldn't have killed probably. Poison Jab does 70%. So it was our only option was to not take Life Orb Recoil so that we could stay alive to hit everything else. Because we'd have two more Life Orb attacks than us, which would be the EQ against Mega Beedrill, which would get slowed down because of the Sticky Web, and the Shoot, what would it be? The EQ for Mega Beedrill. And the... Oh man, why am I gargling so hard? EQ for Mega Beedrill. And the Sucker Punch on the Hydreigon. So Hydreigon has to come in here. And it has Earth Power, so it takes us out, unfortunately. Sucker Punch would have taken you out. Shoot, man, that would have been crazy. I guess I could have just Sucker Punched, hoped that he went onto the Hydreigon, Sucker Punch again. But if he didn't, I would go down and be in this situation anyway with even less, I would have even less health. So we're gonna Ice Beam. If we live this somehow, which I don't think we can, because it's super effective, we don't outspeed Rotom Heat though, do we? No, we don't. Shoot. We don't outspeed Rotom Heat. So we took that a lot better than I thought we would. But we can't live a Thunderbolt here. We cannot live a Thunderbolt. Man, this ended up being a super close game after that harsh misplay. After that harsh misplay, this is what happens when you don't give up. You can get so close. Because we really didn't give up. We didn't. We had a couple of really bad plays for sure. It's been a long, long day. And that's what happens. We're all human. It's Pokemon. I love being able to upload stuff with oh my gosh, Poison Jab would have taken you out. Had we just gotten the higher roll on that gosh darn move, had we gotten a higher roll on that Poison Jab, we would have been fine. Higher roll on the Poison Jab, and I think we actually would have pulled it back. How crazy is that? That we could have pulled it back after all of that. But it was a really good game against Sega. Our win streak does come to an end with a 2-0 loss. If you guys enjoyed, please show some shady love to that thumbs down below. Let's try to crush 4K likes like our Showdown series does easily. So if you're a Wi-Fi fanatic, join us. And of course, don't forget to leave your set suggestions down below. Give me a Pokemon, give me a team, anything in the comment section down below using the hashtag ShadyPokes, and you can see it featured in one of the future battles. I love you guys so much. I'm gonna get the heck out of here. Have yourselves a good day, but above all else, keep it shady.